Let's take a more thorough look at gamification on Zelos Team Management. Zelos is a collaboration platform where you can share shifts, tasks, work, gigs, assignments with your internal team. And you can also host games and award points for every work item that's been completed. The gamification is pretty flexible, so you can set up quite a lot of different types of competition. So first of all, gamification is not enabled by default. When you go to your Manage menu, you will find gamification under the settings where you can activate it. You are able to name your custom unit. So if you want to call them cookies instead of points, you're welcome to. You can set a default reward for completing tasks. This will be automatically populated when you're creating new tasks, and you can always override this. So this is something you'll probably need to agree with the rest of your team members. How many points are things worth? Is there a scale so it makes sense? So you won't have things that are worth 1 point and then another thing will be worth 100 points. How to make the competition make sense? This is something you need to agree on. You can set a starting point for your calculation. So for example, if you're resetting your points every month, then you can come here and set a certain date since when are we counting scores. And you can have public scoring. This is the only public piece of information in member profiles at the moment. Are people able to see each other's general scores altogether? Once you've enabled gamification, then you can start creating tasks that award points. So when you create new things, create new task, fill it in, and here at the bottom is the reward. This is my default number that comes from the settings. So all of my items are by default 5 points. If it's a really simple thing, I'm going to give it a 1. If it's a super annoying, big, huge task that no one is likely to want, then I can make it 10 points. And when I publish these, the point amounts will be visible as these little stars on task cards. So this is where you see it. And when people complete tasks, then they will have the points logged here on their profile. So this person has 6 points. I can open the point transaction history. Let's see, these 6 points all come from this one task that they completed. I can also add and deduct points here on people's profiles. So if there's something extraordinary that isn't affiliated with a certain task, I can add and deduct points for a certain reason that I should write down here probably. So extra points for something. So I'm going to award them at 10 extra points. It will remain here until revoked, maybe, hopefully not. And this will be added to this person's point sum. I can also deduct points. If you're running a competition where points can be exchanged for merchandise, services, anything like that, you can also award negative points. So we don't have a built-in merchandise store. So this is not automatic. We're not selling merchandise to your team members. But if this is a case for you, you can come and deduct things from the Zelos database. So let's say this person got a postcard for 10 points. minus 10. So they still have 6 points remaining. And we can see that they got a postcard, they paid with points. If you want to host actual interactive competitions, you can go into your manage settings and create some leaderboards. So leaderboards are completely separate from the overall score in people's profiles because leaderboards can have a time frame. So here's an all-time leaderboard, a public leaderboard of members with their point amounts. But when I create these leaderboards, I have a ton of options. So it really depends on your game, what kind of a competition you're hosting. But you can have a competition between members. So individual members, you can limit them to a group membership. So you can have an internal competition in the tech department. All the people who are a member of this group, they will now be competing. Who gets the most points, let's say, during November. So, up during November. It can be a public leaderboard. So also these people will see the current status of it. Am I winning? Am I losing? If I want to make it super exciting, I can also hide the scores so they will know who's winning or losing, but they won't know by how much. I can also have a competition between groups. This will mean that you can't probably use groups for a different purpose. So groups are a flexible feature. You kind of need to decide what they're for. So if you're using them for a general chat channel, so if it's a kind of a general group, it's probably not wise to have that general chat compete with other groups for points. If you have any questions about our features, our pricing, or generally best practices, do not hesitate to contact our support through the website chat. We're happy to help you get started or answer any of your questions that you may have.